Hello all. So in this lecture we are going to see characteristics of object-oriented programming. So there are 6 characteristics. These 6 characteristics are foundation, or I can say pillars of object-oriented programming. Due to these characteristics only, the object-oriented programming is best approach for the software development, right? So in this lecture we are going to discuss each one of them one by one. So let's start with class. As we already know, a class is a blueprint of an object. With class we can create user defined data type, which is capable of holding member variables and member functions, right? And the object is the instance of this class only. When the object is created, then memory is allocated to the member variables and member functions in the class, right? And one more interesting thing is, as we already know, class is a blueprint. It means we can create multiple copies or multiple objects from that class. You can take an example of a printing machine. You have purchased that printing machine once and you can print daily millions of paper from that printing machine. So this class is like a printing machine and you can create millions of objects from that class. So what is the advantage of it? So the advantage is it helps in code reusability. The code written in the class is reused again and again when we are creating object or instance of that class. So this is one of the most powerful feature that is provided by only object oriented programming, right? Now next is encapsulation. Encapsulation means wrapping up variables and methods together into the class. Like this capsule. In this capsule we are putting member variables and member functions. So we have encapsulated variables and methods together. So combining variables and methods together is nothing but encapsulation, right? Now you might be thinking that what is the benefit of it? So in previous lecture we have seen that when variables and methods are separate, then they will produce complications. Means which function or method is using which variable is difficult to track. But when we will combine them together, then they will become a single entity. Moreover, data hiding is also possible with the help of encapsulation, as we have seen in previous lecture, that is access specifier. With access specifier, we can access the methods, the public methods, and that public method can access the private member variables. So in this way, data hiding is also possible with the help of encapsulation, right? Now after that, the next feature is polymorphism. Poly means many forms. If one thing exists in more than one forms, then that is called polymorphism. Like we have seen function overloading. In function overloading, we had overloaded the function in two ways. First with the number of argument and secondly with the data type of argument. So with same function name, we can call different functionalities. So this property in which a single thing is capable of performing multiple tasks or can exist in more than one forms is called polymorphism, right? Now talking about the advantage of polymorphism, polymorphism help in reducing the complexity and the length of code because we are not writing the functionalities again and again. Moreover, we are also denoting the functionality with a single name. So in this way, we are reducing code length and complexity. Now the next feature is inheritance. Inheritance means property of a child class to inherit characteristics of parent class. You can understand this with the example, like you have inherited some properties from your parents and grandparents. Similarly, in class also, in spite of creating separate classes, you can use the common functionalities, like this animal class. This animal class can be inherited by dog, cat, cow, etc. because they fall into the category of animals. So the features and functionalities that are common can be placed in this class, and the functionalities which are different can be placed in these dog, cat and cow class respectively. So in this way we are reducing the code duplication. We are reusing the code again and again. We are reusing the code that is written in animal class again in dog, cat and cow class. The detail of it would be discussed in later section. For now, this much understanding is enough, right? And finally, the last feature is abstraction. Abstraction means hiding complicated things from the user. Like a coffee machine. In coffee machine, you select the type of coffee and you press enter. Then the coffee is released. So the complicated mechanism is hidden behind. There the user can only see the buttons and user interface, right? Similarly with abstraction, we hide the complicated codes behind and the user only see the beautiful user interface, right? So these were the powerful features of object-oriented programming. With this, I hope you got the idea that why we should learn and use OOPS in software development. Excellent.